Hey guys, welcome back, and what an exciting time it is. As I said earlier this week, and even earlier today was the day that the Halo 5 image puzzle thing was completed and revealed to be, as many suspected, the cover art for Halo 5 Guardians. It's interesting to think about how this will be used when the game actually comes out. Tall ways like this, or long ways, perhaps with an interchangeable cover. I'm hoping the limited edition will have something like Halo Wars or Mass Effect 3, where you can choose which side to show off, but that's a discussion for another day. The reason you're here, undoubtedly, is to hear my thoughts on the canonical side of this image. If you saw my video breakdown of Hunt the Truth this past Sunday, I'll warn you that a good chunk of what you're about to hear is repeated info. With that said, let's break down this image. Starting in the center, we can pretty much confirm that the setting is Sanghelios. Part of the background on the side featuring Locke's team is directly pulled from a piece of concept art that was indeed confirmed to be the Sangheli homeworld. In addition, the geometry of the buildings in the center strongly resemble the architecture from the same piece of art. Now you can argue that Blue Team is actually in a different location, but I highly doubt it. Back to the center of the image, we again see our Forerunner bird. Last time I made note of its resemblance to the Guardian Sentinel, an enemy cut from Halo 3. When asked about the construct on Twitter, Josh Holmes stated, "The answer is hiding in plain sight." More than ever, I am confident that what we're seeing is a Guardian Sentinel, though its purpose could have drastically changed from what was intended by Bungie back during the days of Halo 3. Back then, it was intended that the player, upon beating the Guardian, could actually rip the eye out and use it as a weapon. While a long shot, it would be damn awesome if 343 decided to recycle this idea. Moving on, let's focus on Blue Team. While a huge and very welcome reveal, there's not a whole lot to talk about. We have Linda in her custom Mjolnir armor, Kelly in her EVA-like armor, Fred in his glorious Centurion armor, and the Chief in his modified Mark VI. As the image of the Chief himself was revealed, I saw a lot of people wondering why it looked like his armor had been fixed. And truth is, it has. After his confrontation with the Didact on Gamma Halo, the Chief got his armor all fixed up. Now, we move on to the big reveal, Agent Locke's team. Of course, front and center is Agent Locke himself. To the left is a Crimson figure of unknown origin, though one who is very clearly female. Were I to guess, I would say this is Spartan Tanaka. As I said in my review of Halo Escalation, the only reason to introduce her at this point, other than to provide a filler arc, is if she were going to be a major character, perhaps a co-op character in Halo 5. Of course, it still could be Mesa from Halo Nightfall, but I'm betting on Tanaka. Further to the left, we have another unknown figure, and behind Locke, the figure that's generated quite a bit of discussion, a Spartan wearing a very ODST-like helmet. I say ODST-like since a post by Jeff Easterling would seem to indicate that it's something else, but that's another discussion. So, who is the Spartan? Well, if you haven't read Halo New Blood, turn around now, spoilers ahead. Now, if you have kept up with the recent lore, I'm sure you've jumped to the conclusion that everyone else has, that it must be Buck, former ODST and one of the stars of Halo 3 ODST. And really, who could blame you? The guy was prominently featured in a recent book. We know he's a Spartan now, and at the end of that book, he said he wanted to be part of a squad rather than leading one. Plus, as an established character, 343 wouldn't have to do much to introduce him. It'd just be...
Yeah? Well, here I am.
Now, going on the assumption that this is Buck, the other unknown figure is undoubtedly Romeo, the only other surviving active member of Alpha 9. After all that these two have been through, there's no way they'd ever allow each other to be separated. Now, the best part of this image is, at least to me, the fact that we do have two squads of 4 Spartans each. It was never in doubt that Halo 5 would have 4-player co-op, which has been the standard since Halo 3. What was in question was how co-op would be handled. Would it be like most Halo games where you play as clones of the playable characters? Or would we see something closer to Halo 3, where everyone was a different, real character? I think now we have our answer. I'm calling it now, even though I've been saying this for like the last year or so, but anyway, Halo 5 will feature 4-player co-op similar to what we saw in Gears of War 3. In that game, there were always 3 other characters around, normally controlled by AI. When a fellow player joined you, they would take control of one of these other characters. If this isn't the case, well, I mean, I'll still play the game, but I'll be very upset. I may even send a letter of discontent. You hear that, 343? Letter of discontent! So anyway, thank you for joining me as always. This has been Halo Canon, and I cannot wait to see what 343 brings us next. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. It means more than I can express in a few minutes of audio. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it around on whatever social media you see fit, and all that jazz. Thank you so much. Your support is everything. I would not be where I am without you. Thanks.